Our 15 acres of alfalfa is ready for its third and final cutting. The first 2 cuttings we made primarily round bales, and now the oats are gone, so it's purely alfalfa. The goal is to make high quality square bales, and at the end we'll be going over yield and how much we'll be making from selling the bales. Now we're starting to open up the 5-acre field here. I'm happy with the stand. There's a few spots unfortunately that drowned out next to the trees and a bit of foxtail grew up, but in general there's minimal weeds in the field and a good crop for third cutting alfalfa. The mower's cutting good, and since the field is smooth, we're able to get into 6th gear.
All right, it's cutting pretty good. I'm running over a little bit right here, just barely, not terrible. There's some spots that are a little lighter down there. It's a little thicker. Still got 4 or 5 inches there, so we aren't cutting super low. Pretty thick stuff in the middle here. Well past the knee.
We got done with the 5-acre field and now starting to open up the 10 acres. There is a noticeable difference here between the 2 fields in weed pressure from foxtail and some broadleafs. And so far I haven't used any herbicides on this field to stop weeds, and the oats that we use as a nurse crop seem to help in keeping the pressure down. And hopefully coming in with this late 3rd cutting, we'll keep some of the weeds from growing into the winter, and we can get a good stand with a lot of alfalfa shading out any new weeds coming up here. I got a tile blowout to fix in this field. That's not going to be helping yield too much or weed control. And when mowing this field, I had about 5 or 6 juvenile pheasants hanging out in the alfalfa. Those were cool to see fly away. The weather forecast is continuing to look clear of rain, and this alfalfa should dry down pretty quick.
Like 3 or 4 pheasants coming along the fence line. It's really loud in the cab, so can't do much talking.
Got the mower returned.
It's now the next day. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of clouds in the sky and a super small chance of tiny bit of rain, which isn't a big deal. It's 30% humidity out, very windy, which is good. Here you can see the leaves are cupped and discolored. Flip it over, more green. This is my first time cutting this where, you know, 99% of this field is alfalfa. We cut this on Monday. Today's Tuesday afternoon, one day later. Tomorrow should be a really good drying day, Wednesday. And then I'll rake in the morning of Thursday and hopefully bale late Thursday afternoon is the plan. It's now Wednesday morning, 2 days after cutting it, and a little bit of dew this morning like always. Today should be a really good drying day. Yesterday wasn't as good as the weather said it was gonna be. There was a bit of cloud cover pretty much all day, but really low humidity, 30%. Today it should only get up to 40, 50%. And hoping this dries really good, then tomorrow morning I'll rake it up and we'll bale it hopefully tomorrow afternoon.
This time I didn't ted the hay prior to raking, and now we're hoping that it'll be dry enough to bale right after we get done raking and in a windrow.
I think it's gonna be ready to bale today. I am probably knocking some leaves off, but the risk of baling this when it was too wet is too much in my opinion. Last time I screwed around, raked it way too early. But there's still quite a bit of leaves on here, but good part is it's somewhat windy today. This side gets a lot more wind because there aren't as many trees. The other side, I'll rake that last. But for some reason, it was supposed to be sunny all day, and it's like we got a haze in the air. Like, the good yield stuff is right down around there. So, that'll be cool to see, and we'll get after it.
I got my 40-20 hauled over to run the baler, and we got some good looking help again to stack as we go on the rack.
Throw them off? Oh yeah, just keep them there. We'll give the hay hook a go again. Oh God, this sucks. I'm just noticing they're heavier because it's alfalfa.
Yeah, I think they're...
But the size seems good.
Yeah, they don't look... That one's a little tight. It wouldn't be as heavy if we... I'll do a couple turns.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it like doesn't hook in good.
Yeah. Like Spencer needs to slow it down.
There's a snake! There's a snake! Yeah! It's over here.
Where?
It's in here, it's up here. Yeah, the bales are a lot lighter.
A lot lighter?
So I come back here to stack this bale on here, and there's something green. It looks like a leaf, like a long skinny leaf, and it just slithers into the crack of those two bales.
Alive,
it's alive.
Was,
it's lime green.
It probably slithered into the...
It slithered in there somewhere, I saw it.
Well, it won't get you.
Someone's gonna get a snake in their bale.
How's it going so far? Grant's not helping you. These bales are heavy.
It's not too bad. You made that adjustment, it helped. They're really not that bad. Yeah. We all know that I do most of the work around here too. Grant's just the second hand,
That's
so
right. He's
not that much help. See if I can get her on top of the three bales. Three layers. Okay, we got 4. Okay, Spencer's got the moisture tester out.
Much higher than I would have assumed.
Well, it'll go down.
Yeah, I think it is. I want it to be under 20%.
Under 20, yeah.
These are the outside ones. Yeah, it got a little humid too. The sun's kind of going around.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's much lower.
Yeah. There's no reason why these should be over 20. So,
yeah, it is getting pretty humid. I don't feel like they're that heavy though, like full of moisture.
No.
That one time they were outrageously heavy. I don't know if I trust that moisture tester thing.
There's 17.
I think we're good.
Yeah, this stuff is dry. There is no, look at all the leaves coming off. There's no moisture in here.
Yeah, I don't know about these hay hooks. I feel like I'm just gonna stab myself. Maybe the longer one will be better.
And then pull it.
Yeah, maybe the longer will be better. Oh yeah, actually the longer one is way better. Okay, let's get this up there. Oh, that's way better. Oh, I didn't get that one hooked very well.
Josie's doing a good job. Grant should be here any minute. Going second gear. The alfalfa's totally dry, but the sun's set, so we'll see what we can get done today.
Your string, it's dragging on the ground right
So
here.
it broke. It came to a knot. I think we're good. I think you're gonna have one that busted.
Okay.
And
then it'll
I
catch.
think it's still going, I hope.
And we stopped and tried to look for it, but we couldn't find it. So, are you scared of snakes?
I don't mind them if I know where they're at. Spencer's a little toy farm out here.
Yep.
He's got his manure pile, his excavator.
Yeah, I could smell it. When we came around that corner.
How high does he go? Do you go one more? I don't think you go.
I think we've done one more.
Gotcha.
Hang on.
What are the bales testing at for moisture?
Like 17, 18.
Some people forget it's a Thursday.
So it's got to work real jobs around here. I guess that's just me.
Or
Okay.
yeah, you can throw it that way, sorry.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a lot of hay, well.
Okay. So this is like the end of it or something?
Yeah.
Take this all the way out.
Yeah. cut that right there.
So on this, you want this off what specifically?
Take the twine off of this hole.
I need the knot off that thing right there. We had an issue with the yarn and stuff, got it all figured out. Hopefully it'll work. The knotter. It was my fault. It wasn't the machine's.
We gotta get it reattached onto there.
It'll do it
It'll do it on its own. Okay. Throw them off. Oh yeah, just keep them there.
So I'm in second gear here, full throttle, and then if I go third gear, it's way too heavy of bales for them. I need to just putz in second, but it'll take all days. At least we're learning a lot here. First time doing alfalfa, pure alfalfa. All right, how's it going, everybody?
It's going wonderful.
Good. We forgot our bale stacking rotation. We screwed up, so we had to redo our entire pile.
This is a 9-foot wide deck, so this is like a gooseneck deck.
Six. You have to have six.
Yep.
Six bales,
wide,
basically.
yeah.
Sunset, no wind. These windrows are probably gonna be catching moisture. The only problem is tomorrow's gonna be super cloudy. Tomorrow there's a 25% chance of rain too. I mean, who knows if it happens, but it says 25%. Yeah, we'll turn the light on. I actually think some of my lights are out.
Once we got the baler tying good, it was late and the sun was starting to set. Bales got heavier as the humidity picked up, and I should have called it quits earlier. But at least on the bright side, I found a problem with the baler. And after looking at what happened, it seems the baler's out of time and we broke a shear bolt. I'll have to deal with it in the morning.
All right, it's the next day. Been messing with this, so we broke a shear pin there. What happened was somehow the baler got out of time. And this is like a safety mechanism. The stopper will come out. So when the plunger wheel, whatever you call it, flywheel comes around, it'll hit this, slam the brakes, so then you don't screw up these needles that come underneath here and make your tie and your knot and all that. You don't want metal on metal car crash. So that's what happened, but why did it get out of timing? We weren't doing anything. So we spent the last hour trying to figure out timing. We don't know where we're at, but we're to the point where we think we got it somewhat changed and we're gonna run it.
Try it. So now we need the alfalfa to go into the baler for it to suck up and cycle all the way through. There it goes. It's going. It's going.
The needle's going up?
Yep.
There I always hit.
Oh. Jesus, are you okay?
Yeah, it should have tied it up.
I think it did right there, right?
Yeah.
Right, like is that?
Yeah.
Not in there?
Yeah,
And then, down there. This did not go back up. Is this supposed to go back up?
Now
Not yet,
it'll
okay.
go ting, ting, ting,
Okay,
ting.
okay, gotcha. Yep.
Here's the 5 acres. We got a windroad and we got a breeze, thankfully. So this stuff should dry. The top's starting to brown, which is perfect. Come underneath and you flip it over. It's more green. We'll probably start baling in an hour. Waiting for help to arrive. Grant's always late, isn't
Yep, never on time.
Hey guys, It's Grant and Josie, by the way. If you guys need to sell any equipment and you're located in Iowa, check out Syrian Auction Sales. Got a cool sweatshirt from him. He helped in a farm sim video when we role-played a real-life auction. It's kind of cool and stuff. So Riley Syrian, if you need to sell anything, great auctioneer, does equipment and land.
Pretty sure this is a t-shirt, not a sweatshirt, but yeah.
It does call it sweatshirt?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I have never bailed on this field over here, so.
It's so much smoother. So much smoother. Don't tell him that though, because it'll go faster.
Yeah. We gotta beat the rain. Why does it always rain when we have to bale hay?
I don't know. Yeah, problem with being a little smaller is like that. See how that's not even like, the bottom one's not supporting.
Yeah.
That's something I should probably just,
Maybe pull it out a little.
I think we'll easily be able to fit all this on.
8 acres to go?
5.
5?
4.
Oh, it's 4?
Yeah.
4 acres to go.
Once he looks back.
It's a bale.
Well, Josie, I don't know if we can fit.
What happened here? Yeah, we got.
Maybe once we get to the, it's because those bales got bigger.
Yeah.
Once we get to the top, we can just do 5.
That's fine.
Put a 6 on the bottom and
Yeah.
then, that way it peaks a little bit.
Whatever works.
I can do that.
Okay.
Too.
Hang on. Well, for once, something went smoothly today.
Yeah.
The ropes changed correctly.
Oh, really?
The ropes tied together right. We're on to blue. Hang on. Sorry. Then let's do 2 more horizontal.
2 horizontal here?
Yeah, I think so.
What about 4 horizontal?
Yeah, 4.
Just, so we got 6. Okay, yeah. How you doing? When are you guys gonna start harvesting?
Probably next week.
Okay. Those beans are probably ready, aren't they? They got that, did you see that? Wagon full? Yeah, so we got that wagon full. And then we have, what, 3 more passes, Josie?
1, 2, 5. What grade are you in? 5th. Nice.
Do you square bale a lot?
No.
Have you ever?
No.
So we got a new guest aboard the Hilbert Baling team. We got Cade here. So Cade's gonna help us bail here. Here, I'll let you stack it if you got it.
Put it right here.
There.
There you go. Right here.
Alright.
Nice job. So just put it straight on right there. Just like this.
He needs to make them lighter.
I know.
I think these should come in lighter, shouldn't they?
Well, it's probably gonna take a few.
Gotcha. Oh, there we go. They're getting lighter.
Ready?
Yeah, they're getting lighter. That's like perfect. There you go. There you go.
A little more lead in your butt.
What?
A little more lead in your butt.
Uh-uh.
Where'd you get the Crocs at?
For Christmas.
Gotcha. So how many bales did you guys make when it was you?
Is there a creek behind there?
That's, yeah, it's a small one. It's that one that runs up along the railroad back there.
Oh.
We got 2 hay racks full thanks to everybody's help, and now it's time to get them under roof before it starts to rain. The bales turned out good in my opinion, with lots of leaves on the stem. They all read below 20% moisture, and I'm new to this moisture tester, but it seems like 2 bales right next to each other can vary by 5% depending on how tight the bales are. The tighter the bales, the wetter it read, and vice versa. If anybody has a trick on these, let me know. Now, this is my first experience making purely alfalfa bales, and I realize it's better to set tension lower than you think because they pack super heavy compared to grass hay or straw or anything light like that. I made a decent amount of bales that were pretty heavy and just needed to loosen up the tension on them. A week went by and I started to get the first rack sold, selling for $9 to $10 a bale depending on quantity bought. But I made a mistake here and forgot to untarp a rack. For at least 2 weeks, the moisture trapped underneath the tarp created mold and I lost that top layer. Pulling this out of the shed, it sat there for about 2 weeks. I had a tarp on here with straps, and the shed it was in had really bad airflow. And there must have, when these sweated a little bit after baling, all that condensation couldn't escape. These aren't like wet bales, it was literally just the condensation. So I wanted to open it up, see how it flakes off here. Yeah, it's good hay in there, there's nothing. Oh well, it's a good learning experience. Now, after those moldy bales, our final bale count came to 350 bales on about 15 acres, which is 25 bales to the acre. Now, I'm selling them for an average of $9 a bale, sometimes $10, sometimes $8, which brings in a revenue of $3,150 or $220 per acre for third cutting. Now, keep in mind you can do multiple cuttings, and earlier cuttings are higher yielding but lower price per bale, and vice versa for third and fourth cutting. Now I'm excited for next year to get the real numbers on a full year of hay acres. Now, one thing I took a little bit of risk on was cutting in September. With this being a newly seeded field, you want the plant going into winter as strong as possible and to get enough growth to survive a bad winter freeze. And I asked at the end of last video if I should do this third cutting or not, and I got many comments that were mixed. But one guy sent me a link to an article that explains exactly how it all works. And so this article explains how alfalfa gets ready for the winter and how many GDUs you need to do that. So this graph is perfect for understanding that. On the left, you have the probability of reaching 500 GDUs at certain cutting dates. So the blue is what I'm going for. I'm trying to cut and then have enough time and enough GDUs, growing degree units, from the sunlight to store enough carbohydrates in the roots to survive the winter. And you need 500 growing degree units to do that. Or what some people do is wait for a frost and then they cut, and they hope to not accumulate more than 200 GDUs, where I guess the plant kind of wakes back up and it won't be able to accumulate 500 to put carbohydrates into the roots. And so that's my risk. I do this third cutting too late, the sun doesn't come out, it gets cloudy, really cold, and then we have an early killing frost. And so here's how it's ended up so far. On September 13th, we baled the hay, and we've been abnormally warm, and it looks like for the next 2 weeks there for sure won't be a killing frost. We've almost reached 400 GDUs since baling the hay, and we should be able to hit 500 GDUs in the next week or two, and there is no killing frost in the forecast. Now, if this was 2022, the blue line, it would take us all the way out to about late October to hit the 500 GDUs, early November. and most likely we'll get a killing frost from them. So I did take a little bit of risk there, and it was not 100% certainty. It never really is, but we should be in the green. Right now, since Baling, we're in a little bit of a flash drought. We did get some rain after cutting, but the past 2-3 weeks it's been bone dry and abnormally warm, which is good for those GDU accumulators, but still, you always want rain.